Welcome to Ramble City.
Jem Cassar-Daily is here. Jem, welcome to the show. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me, Brad.
So I love the new song. It's groovy. It's got one of those things for me, which is like always this instant test about a song. The band kicks in and your head just starts doing this. You make that little face.
I'm really glad. I'm really glad.
Now, everyone's just heard the song in the opening, but I wanted to sort of see if you could tell us kind of, I guess, what kind of song it is, what something about the song, I guess, from your perspective. You've got the floor here, but I'd like to know why you wrote it as well. All right, so the floor is yours.
Yeah, well, I kind of went into a write with my friend Tia, and we didn't really have an idea on where it was going to go, but I think just what I was going through at the time with my relationship at the time, I think it just kind of trickled into the write. So it's just having a lot of doubts and a lot of just questioning a few things. I wasn't really happy, so we just kind of started writing about it, and it was this sort of idea of how is it going to be after, once we break up? Like, how is this going to feel? Am I going to be really absolutely incredibly devastated, or am I actually going to feel like a little bit of, a little bit liberated and a little bit.
So this was pre-breakup. This is a pre-breakup song.
Yeah, this was written pre-breakup. So
Sorry to delve into your entire personal life there. That's a bit rude, but I guess because we're talking about breakup songs.
Here.
I know. I'm sorry, and we're all sipping it. It goes tasty tea, really tasty tea.
Very very nice gossip. But it's yeah, it was kind of for me like questioning how I was going to feel. Sort of, what if we broke up? Like, how is this going to pan out? Like, am I going to be in bed for 3 months, absolutely devastated, or am I going to kind of, because I think, we had issues for quite a long period of time. So it was
sure, yeah. And you don't need to sort of go into, I don't want to cut you off because I don't want you to spill too much tea, you know what I mean? Because it's amazing. Because you got me wondering listening to it about the breakup song. Like, you really got me thinking about the types of different breakup songs there are, the different stages of breakup songs. For me, like, I sort of had this moment of clarity listening to the song, which is that there are some I love breakup songs. Like, this is what I realized from listening to your song.
Thank you. It's I like that breakup songs can take on any sort of, they can be incredibly sad, but they can also be sort of like you're having a little epiphany, or I think that some of the songs that I've picked as like being my favorite breakup songs, they're all sort of different takes on the situation. Like, some are absolutely incredibly devastated, but some are sort of, I'm kind of doing my own thing for a while. Like, I'm feeling good with my own company. I'm feeling like confident in myself. So I like that songs take a different take.
Yeah, because there's different kind of subcategories in the breakup song, isn't there? There's like look, I won't jump ahead because we are going to do later. We're going to do like sort of our top 5 working list of breakup songs. Okay, you've brought some. I've got a couple. I've got a whole list I'm going to give to you, and you're going to help me sort of pick what we think the last 2 is. But before we get to that, here's a question for you, Jem. What do you think makes a great breakup song? Because that is a key part of this. What makes an actual great breakup song?
Yeah, it's hard, isn't it? Because I think depending on where you kind of are and how you're feeling maybe about a relationship, different songs can resonate with you at different periods of your life. So
exactly,
I think, it can really differ depending on whether, like, you're super happy in your current relationship. Like, obviously the really devastated breakup songs are going to resonate with you really well because you're like, I don't want this sort of thing to end. But there's some where you kind of feel like, wow, this person's like kind of found a new lease on life and they're feeling really liberated and feeling really happy and kind of doing things that they weren't doing before. So I think what makes a great breakup song is just whatever kind of resonates with me at the time, really.
I love that. Okay, so what I've done is I've done some homework. You've really inspired me, all right? So I have what I think are the top 5 elements a great breakup song needs to have, Okay, so this is an
Amazing.
evolving list for everyone out there. I'm not saying that this is like the absolute list. This is working. We're kind of developing this as we go. Okay, so I'm going to put it to you. You can agree or disagree, and you can sort of say, if you want to, why you agree or why you disagree. All right, so
Awesome.
here it is. Number one element I think a breakup song needs to have is obviously someone has to have moved on or someone has to have not moved on, and then someone of those two has to have feelings about it. Do you agree or disagree?
Yes. 100% wholeheartedly
Okay.
agree.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Okay. Good. Tick. Number two, someone has to be wrong in the situation or at least not understand what they have done wrong to push the other person away. So let me say that again. In
Yeah.
this song, someone has to be wrong
Mhm.
or at least they need to not understand what they have done for the other
Is
person to
wrong.
think they're wrong. This is
100%
an
agree.
element, right? So it's
Definitely
kind of like,
agree.
it's like Toni Braxton's Unbreak My Heart. She's saying like, I don't know what I did. We were so great. Why did you go? Unbreak my heart. You know, so okay, two, tick. All
Yeah,
right, number
tick.
three, someone has to be a writer or a singer. In this case, someone has to like make the breakup song or the I'm sorry song. That's like key. So you're a
Yes.
writer. That's how a breakup song comes to exist. Someone is a writer. That's an obvious take, but it's still very true. And number four, okay,
Yep.
see what you think about this one. All right. The title needs to reference the breakup in some clever way. Okay. So it like every song needs to have, it needs to have like an interesting title or kind of really lead the people into why it's a breakup song. So
Yes.
like Irreplaceable by Beyonce, Irreplaceable
Perfect
is pretty clear,
example. Yep.
but it would not be as good if it was called Replaceable.
That's very true. No, I agree. 100% agree. I like that example as well because it's a good song.
All right. And the last one, very easy. It just has to be catchy. It has to be an earworm.
100%. Yep. 100%.
Because you can't have a breakup song that doesn't get stuck in someone else's head because then it's kind of failed. And you really, as a good song, you want the audience to kind of be totally agreeing with your side of the events.
Definitely. You need to be persuasive.
You need to be very persuasive. So if there's any more, have you got any other elements you can think of off the cuff? I'm putting you very under the spot here. Any
I
more elements you can think of?
honestly just an example of a song for me that is absolutely the perfect breakup song is We Are Never Getting Back Together by Taylor Swift. That is
Amazing.
absolutely completely flawless. Like it is every single verse is just just perfect song. That is all I have to say about that. That is an absolute perfect breakup song in my eyes.
I mean, and it has all the elements, right? So it has obviously the title needs to reference the breakup in a clever way. We are never getting back together. It takes a
Tick.
very clear stance about whether who has moved on or who is wrong in the situation. Clearly, it was probably the other party because we are never getting back together.
Yeah, another
Um,
tick.
Another tick, she's moved on, right? She's moved on in this song. She's like, I don't need you anymore,
Yeah,
mysterious man. Not John Mayer and
felt
definitely not
lost.
Jake Gyllenhaal. It's not you two. There are other songs about you two.
Yes.
I mean, this
Oh.
brings us to number six. Number six is what happens when you are both songwriters and you both write songs about each other. You know, this is a
Well,
whole
that's
nother
where it just
subcategory.
gets interesting, doesn't it?
All right, so that's getting too deep. I'm getting too deep into this. Let's take a quick break. So those five things again for anybody listening, and let me know if you have different ones that we should put in the list. One is it needs to have someone that's moved on. It needs to have two, someone has to be wrong or at least not know what they've done wrong. Three, someone needs to be a writer, obviously. There needs to be a title that references the breakup. And three, it has to be catchy. All right, so they're the three things I think every great breakup song needs to have. Let's take a break and come back. We're back. Jem Cassar-Daily is here talking about her new single, Like It More. She has inspired me to think about breakup songs, which is, as a single man, kind of depressing but liberating. How does a single guy write a breakup song? Do I just go back into the past of all my past relationships and just try to right and wrong them? What do I do, Jem?
I mean, yeah, it's just however you're feeling at the time. I feel like music's such a great reflection on just going into a write with Tia. I really wasn't expecting to write what we did. We had no kind of plan in mind, but it's funny how how your personal life really trickles into your music.
Really makes you know what you're going to do.
Yeah, definitely. Kind of just wrote the song for us.
I love the chorus in your song. I've got the lyrics here. So tell us about what this means. So things aren't quite as bad. I like it more. When I'm by myself, I'm never bored. You wasted my time, can't get it back. Go do all those things you said you can't. Now, I know it's really weird when someone reads it. I should probably have a voice like I should be reading it like an actor. Things ain't quite as bad. I like
Narrator voice on.
Yeah, Morgan Freeman. Let's get him in to read this. Can we redo that?
Amazing. He'd make it sound pretty cool.
So what were you thinking there with this?
Yeah, just I think going into sort of, you don't really know how things are going to be on the other side, and it's just yeah, sort of you have that confidence in yourself. You're like, actually, I can go to my laptop in the day and I can do my work and I can do these sorts of daily errands, and not like I'm capable of living my own life.
Not thinking about you every 10 minutes.
Yeah, and it's, even though like obviously you do, but it's just giving yourself that confidence that there are daily things that you can do to that you love doing, and you've loved doing even say before a relationship, and you even find old hobbies and old loves that you can kind of lean on again. And so I think it's just having that confidence to sort of back yourself and be like, I can do this sort of life for a while. Like I'm confident that I can go to the piano and have a play, and I can just do things that are good for me. So it's one of those sorts of songs of just like, even if you are feeling absolutely devastated after a breakup, which I was feeling awful, but it's good to kind of reassure yourself that you have hobbies, you have a life, you have like a purpose, and you have things that you love to do that don't involve anyone else as well.
Yeah, that's a really good perspective, isn't it? Because you do sort of get really good at doing everything together, or trying to do these things with these people, or finding things you like to do together. Or do you like Taylor Swift? I love Taylor Swift. Should we listen to Taylor Swift together? What are your favorite Taylor Swift songs? And now all of a sudden this person is like, everything to do with all the great Taylor Swift songs are now attributed to this person. And you're like, how do I take these songs back? I want them still for me.
Definitely understand that 100%. It's hard to like make things your own again, and make things like that you've always enjoyed not be associated with someone, and just I guess kind of just have confidence that there are things that you enjoy, and there are things that you can do solo and still like just have a good time.
If we're giving songs like breakup songs categories, I reckon this isn't like the we were married and I have to sort of deal with it. This song is kind of more, if I had to put it in a subcategory, I would say it's that you were actually kind of a crappy boyfriend song. That's what I think it is. I'm kidding if you're listening. I'm kidding.
I won't go into those sorts of details.
Yeah, I know, I'm kidding. I'm sorry. That's so rude.
No, it's definitely not. But it is sort of one of those.
It's not at all. It's as you said, it's a song. It's a song about, like you said,
it's just
finding new life,
confidence, and just even if you have a falling out with a friend or like a family member or like any sort of conflict that you're facing, it's like it's good to just I guess reassure yourself that life is good. I have things that I can do by myself that I love, and I like that there's
Thanks for listening. That's it for today's show. We'd actually hoped to bring you more of this conversation, but due to a technology issue, half of it was lost into the ether. We're not sure what happened there, but we hope you enjoyed those first two parts of our chat with Jem Cassar-Daily. Of course, you can follow her everywhere. Go to her website to see tour dates. Be sure to follow me on Instagram and Facebook at Bradley McCaw Official. Sign up to my mailing list at bradleymccawofficial.com. And this episode was created and produced by me, Bradley McCaw. Sound design was created by Matt Erskine for Crosspoint Solutions, and it was engineered by Kayna Stats. That's it from us. We'll see you next week at Ramble City. Stay well.
This has been Ramble City, a podcast of conversations with interesting people musing on art, life, and their careers. Created and produced by Old Fashioned Media. To hear more and discover additional material from today's episode, visit ofm.com.